Student, this is very our important topic of the lesson agriculture. This topic we will conclude the lesson with the very important topic impacts of the globalization on Indian agriculture. So student, in the first we will discuss what is the globalizations. Student, you study already this term in the history lesson, the making of global world, where I have told you that the globalization means the free movement of goods, labor, and services and capital around the whole world very freely, very effortlessly. So, this term is known as a kind of globalization. But if we study it in the economical terms, so we will see that when the integration of economy of one country is happening with the another country, then it is known as a globalization. Means we can say when one person who is living to another country, suppose a person who is American and he is living in China, it means China is becoming globalized with the help of American. And if the Indian is going to America and Indian is living there, so he is using his language, his skills, his culture, his technique. So it means there is the kind of globalized. Means the countries where the people are moving from place to place or country to country, then it is known as a globalization. Our second topic is that very important, globalization is not a new phenomena. It means globalization was practiced last 100 years, 1000 years, or more than late last years. Means more than, you will say, previous years or the ancient times. The globalization term was used because when the people were moving from place to place, even some people who were living their country, continent, cities, town, this is known as a globalizations. Because you know very well the European who came to India, who went to China, and the European who also went to America, and they discovered different distant land. In such a way, the globalization was practiced. It is not a new phenomenon, but we are understanding this term in the economical terms, economical condition or the agricultural condition. So we study it, so we find that the globalization which has entered in many of the countries now with the, you will say, invitation or arrival of the globalizations in many countries are facing the problems because due to the entry or due to the arrival of globalizations, many of the countries are facing the problem. What are the problem? We will see one by one. Our second problem is very important, LPG. It means a liberalization, privatization, globalization. Reforms in Indian agriculture was seen, but these reforms were not very fruitful because liberalization means the kind of process was adopted in Indian agriculture, Indian economy. What was the kind of process was adopted? This process was known as a kind of the laws, the act, the taxes which were there in Indian economy was removed, was lifted over, and it was a kind of new era where different companies of the different countries have given the offer, have given the invitation that these companies can enter in India in such a way. Means these companies were not facing any kind of the hindrance. These companies were not facing any kind of stoppage. So very freely they were arriving in India. But due to their arrival, our local company, our small scale industries faced a different type of the problem. And we know very well what type of the problem. Liberalization means a kind of way to invitation of the companies freely. Even sometime they have given the offer that they can come to India without the taxes they can survive. Even we study also in SEZ. It means a special economic zone where some foreign companies they settle, and because they have to develop not only the area but also they promise some kind of the employment, so poor countries government ready to accept their arrival. Privatization means kind of the way where the government is ready to privatize the public properties in such a way. When the public property is going to be privatized, then obviously there will be the pressure on the common people or the poor people. It means they have to face the lot of difficulties such as the incomes, the rates which are very higher, because if the things are under the private hand, it means obviously the people, especially the common people, have to face the lot of difficulties. After 90s decade, Indian farmers faced new kind of the challenges. It was known as a kind of liberalization policy. I told you already. It means Indian government had adopted the tax system. Means Indian government had removed the liberalization policy from 1947, because that time Indian companies was not very ready to compete with the foreign companies. But in 1990s it was felt that the Indian companies were ready to face the challenges with the foreign companies. So it was decided that the kind of hard taxes which are there in the Indian trade, especially on the import trade, was removed, was lifted over. In such a way, the different companies they had given the permission to come to India, and they had given the challenges to our handicraft industry. Our handicraft industries were faced a lot of challenges, where our agriculture also faces the different type of the problems. Competition in international market, Indian farmers are not able to compete. It was very important things you should notice is because in the country where the farmers have to pay for everything for the inputs of the farming, but if you compare it with the foreign countries where the foreign countries give all the things on the subsidy. Subsidy means a kind of relaxations on the product. In our country only the 40 to 50% subsidy has been given, and in such a way our farmers who produce the crops on the unsubsidy pattern, where our crops are not facing the will say challenges with the other countries crops, because these countries crops they are getting the subsidy, highly subsidy, so they get all the inputs on the free charges, and where they also have not the pressure on their agriculture, because in their agriculture have not any kind of the intensive farming, because in our country there is a intensive farming. Due to the intensive farming we have the pressure to use the lots of inputs, and due to the inputs we have to use more of the chemical fertilizer, HYV seeds, so our crops are not very quality wise good. So in the international market our crops also not compete with the foreign countries crops. And second things, our prices are very higher, and their prices due to the high subsidy are not very higher, so our crops are not sold in the international market. So student, you have seen how the agriculture is affecting by the subsidy plan of the government, pressure of the liberalization that invite foreign companies. I told you already. Very important things which I am going to discuss. Indian agriculture has pressure of population, income and land size. In the first we will see what is the pressure of population in our country, because population means every 17% of the world is living in India. It means we have a lot of pressure, and our size of the land is very small. We rank in the 7th number in the area wise. So we can see well that our population have a lot of demand of the food, and our demand is fulfilled by the different type of the process, such as green revolution was brought in India, and this green revolution has promised the large scale production of the crops, cereal crops, rice, wheat. So this type of the way the population was promised for the good availability of the food, but due to this process, our soil, our climate, our nature of the crops has been affected, and due to it, we have seen that green revolution was not promised for the longer time, and it was under the controversies because many of the inputs, many of the chemical fertilizer were overused. Due to it, the soil is also facing the lot of challenges, such as the quality of the soil become more and more poor day by day, and due to it we have to overuse the chemical fertilizer day by day for maintaining the productivity. Second problem, income, because in our country mostly the farmers who are living in the small towns, and they have not the surety of the good income, especially their source of income is from the money lender or the big farmers, and these big farmers or the money lender, they offer the high interest rate, because the farmers who are not very, will say, educated, and second thing, say mostly the farmers are facing the problem of landless uh, environment, so they ready to take the loan from the money lender on the high interest rate, and this make the problem of the farmers in the country. Land size are very small due to small patches of the land. These small patches of the land have not the proper productivity of the crops, so due to it, our you will say productivity is very less in, especially in the small villages. If the government have to take the attention over this area, then we can overcome this problem. Green revolution, which was also discussed already, but I am telling again, it was promised, but it was under the controversies, because only the some areas who were under the green revolution, they were benefited, and all the areas which were facing the problem of water availability, where there was the problem of the underproduction, especially the south region of India, west region of India especially, and especially the southern Indian region, especially the facing the problem because there was not the proper, we'll say, crop production. What are the solution of this problem? So there are the three kind of the solution. The solutions are such as Jain revolution. Jain revolution can remove the green revolution. Organic farming in place of chemical farming. Diversification of cropping pattern in place of simple pattern of the crops which we are growing last centuries. In the first we will see about the Jain revolution. Jain revolution means a kind of a Jain revolution means a kind of technology should be applied over the seed, over the crops pattern, because if we see that the different type of the seeds, if they are developed by the biotech engineering, and if these seeds have the good quality of the production, so these seeds must be used in place of the older seeds or the historical seeds which we are using last centuries. So this Jain revolution can be very benefited for our farming, because there is a kind of a good promising that they have the lot of good productivity chances. Second is organic farming. Organic farming means it can remove the chemical farming, and organic farming nowadays is very popular. Nowadays it is going to be very popular, because the reason is that organic farming, where we are using only the natural inputs, and these natural inputs they are giving the result very slowly, but their result for the quality are very benefited for the health of the soil, for the health of the people, for the health of the, you will say, crops which are available in the market. So organic farming, where it is a welcome everywhere. So this is a proper solution. Diversification of cropping pattern, where we will see that this is not the routine way that we have to grow only the rice, we have to grow only the wheat, we have to grow only the pulses. Now we have to think that we have to grow the other crops which are also popular, such as jatropha, jojoba. These are type of crops which are getting popular day by day in the international market, because these are the commercial crops, and these crops can give the lot of benefit. So the farmers have to use the other crops rather than the cereal crops. Cereal crops should be grown, but not over the quantity. We have to make the more attention over such crops which not only benefited for the farmers income, but also they can maintain the quality of soil, quality of, you will say, fertility of the power of soil. So that we have to use such seeds, such crops, and we have to change the cropping pattern also in some places. So student, this is the lesson which you have understand, and please make the attention over the lesson, and all the exercise, text exercise, you have to do it yourself.